Sister Wives star Meri Brown left Cody and has moved on. She even had the church say that her marriage is no longer valid. Now Meri is speaking out and explaining why she has never changed her last name from Brown after their divorce. Why Meri Brown hasn't changed her last name. Meri was on the I Do Part 2 podcast episode released on Friday, September 12th. In this podcast, she opened up about not changing her name and whether she plans to. Meri actually said, "I have had the conversation many times with my best friend and some other people too. Right now, I'm not gonna..." She does still share a last name with her daughter, so that could be one reason to keep it. Meri Brown from Sister Wives TLC. Sourced from Meri said, "Me and one of my sisters. We joke about it all the time because she's also divorced. We're like, love you, Dad, but we're not going to go back to the maiden name." Would Meri go back to her maiden name? Meri Brown explained that she has had this name for 35 years. Going back to another name would be a big change. She said, "I only had my other name, my dad's name, for 19 years. Also, there's a lot of R's in it, and it's really hard to say. Brown is a hell of a lot easier. Her maiden name is Barber." And Meri explained that Meri Barber is really hard to say. She decided that she didn't want to go with that name, so she is keeping Brown. Unless Meri ends up getting married again, her name should stay Brown. Meri hasn't found a new man just yet. Meri Brown did actually legally divorce Cody Brown so that he could marry Robin. This was so he could adopt her children from her first marriage and make them legally Browns. This made it where if something ever happened to Robin, they wouldn't go back to their real dad, and Cody was their legal father. Meri didn't leave Cody until years later, though. That was simply a divorce so that Robin could marry him. Meri Brown from Sister Wives TLC sourced from. Do you think that Meri Brown should change her last name? Do you feel like she might still do it? Sound off in the comments below, and don't miss Sister Wives when it returns to TLC with new episodes. In the sprawling, dramatic saga of the Brown family from TLC's long-running reality series Sister Wives, Meri Brown has consistently been a figure of quiet resilience and, at times, profound mystery. After more than 3 decades in a spiritual plural marriage, Meri officially ended her relationship with patriarch Cody Brown in early 2023, a move that signaled a powerful new beginning for the 53-year-old. She has since publicly moved on, even taking the symbolic step of having their spiritual marriage dissolved by their church, declaring it no longer valid. Yet amid this clear and decisive break from her past, one tangible link remains: her last name. In a candid and revealing new interview, Meri Brown is speaking out to address the question on many fans' minds. Why, after everything, does she still go by Meri Brown? A name forged in identity and family. The question was posed during Meri's appearance on the I Do Part 2 podcast, the episode for which was released on Friday, September 12th. When asked about the possibility of changing her surname, Meri confirmed that it's a topic she has given considerable thought. "I have had the conversation many times with my best friend, and some other people too," she shared. Her conclusion for now is definitive. "Right now, I'm not going to." The reasons, it turns out, are deeply personal, practical, and rooted in her own sense of self. One of the most significant factors is the connection to her only child, her daughter, Mariah. By retaining the name Brown, Meri maintains that shared familial identity with her daughter, a bond that has remained unshakable through the family's many public trials and tribulations. This connection to her child provides a powerful emotional anchor, making the name a symbol of their unique branch of the Brown family tree, independent of Cody. A joke with a deeper meaning, rejecting the maiden name. For many divorced women, reverting to their maiden name is a natural step in reclaiming a premarital identity. But for Meri, that option holds little appeal. She revealed a running joke she shares with one of her sisters, who is also divorced. "We're like, love you, Dad. But we're not going to go back to the maiden name," Meri quipped. This lighthearted comment underscores a more profound reality. Meri explained that she has now been Meri Brown for 35 years, the majority of her life. "I only had my other name, my dad's name, for 19 years, she noted. The name Brown is not just a relic of a dissolved marriage. It is the identity she built her adult life upon. It is associated with her business ventures, her public persona, her daughter, and the entirety of her lived experience as an adult. To shed it now would feel less like a return to her roots and more like erasing a fundamental part of who she is. The practicality of Brown over Barber. Adding a layer of simple, everyday logic to her decision, Meri highlighted the practical advantages of her current surname. Her maiden name is Barber, and she was blunt about its challenges. Also, there's a lot of R's in it, and it's really hard to say. Brown is a hell of a lot easier, she stated with characteristic frankness. She even tested out how her first name would sound with her maiden name, concluding that Meri Barber is really hard to say. In the end, the choice became clear. Why exchange a simple, recognizable name for one that is phonetically cumbersome? For a woman building a brand and a life on her own terms, the ease and recognition of Brown make practical sense. She decisively ruled out reverting to Barber, cementing that the name Brown is hers to keep. The one exception: a future marriage. Meri indicated that unless she ends up getting married again, her name will stay Brown. However, she was quick to add that she hasn't found a new man just yet, focusing instead on her own personal journey and independence. A history of sacrifice. The legal divorce that paved the way. Meri's decision to keep the Brown name is layered with historical context that longtime Sister Wives viewers will remember. While her spiritual split from Cody is recent, she was actually legally divorced from him back in 2014. This was not, however, a sign of their relationship's demise at the time. Instead, it was a profound sacrifice made for the sake of the family. Cody sought to legally marry the family's fourth wife, Robin Brown, so that he could adopt her 3 children from a previous marriage. The adoption would provide the children with legal security, ensuring that if anything ever happened to Robin, they would remain with Cody and the Brown family, rather than returning to their biological father. Because Cody could only have one legal wife, Meri, his first and only legal spouse at the time, agreed to dissolve their marriage. This selfless act allowed Cody to marry Robin and complete the adoption process, legally making Robin's children Browns. This crucial piece of history adds depth to Meri's current choice. Her connection to the name Brown predates the emotional dissolution of her marriage to Cody. It is intertwined with a chapter where she made a significant sacrifice for the entire family unit, a testament to her role as a foundational pillar in the complex structure of the Brown clan. She didn't leave Cody emotionally until years after that legal divorce. The 2014 divorce was a pragmatic, family-oriented decision, not a romantic one. The name, therefore, represents more than just her relationship with Cody. It represents her history, her sacrifices, and her enduring place within the broader family narrative. Meri Brown's choice to keep her surname is far more than a simple administrative decision. It is a powerful statement of autonomy. In holding on to the name, she is not holding on to Cody. Instead, she is reclaiming it. She is asserting that Brown is as much her name as it is his, a part of her story that she earned, built upon, and has every right to carry forward into her new, independent future. It is a declaration that her identity is her own to define, on her own terms. What do you think? The court of public opinion is now in session. Do you believe Meri Brown is making the right choice by keeping her last name? Is it a practical decision, an emotional one, or a savvy business move? Do you feel the connection to her daughter and her own personal history outweighs the symbolic break from Cody? Or do you think she might still change her mind somewhere down the line?